Hey, welcome to Immortal Realm. Today we are going to talk about reincarnation manhwas. Let's start our list. On number 10, we have Super God Card Maker. It is a new Chinese manhwa. Lu Ming, who is our main character, was originally a programmer. Not only did he have to work 16 hours a day, but he also had to face all kinds of mindless demands by his boss. And due to overworking, one day he died while working on a program. And the next moment, when he opens his eyes, he finds out that he is in the body of a teenager by the name of Lu Ming. At first, he was happy because he had finally escaped from that dull and boring life of a programmer. But who would have thought that in this life he would have to face even something more extreme? He realizes that he had taken a large amount of money from a loan shark and he had still not repaid it. He knew how vicious and cruel those loan sharks were. At the time when he was contemplating about all these things, he realizes that he has an occupation known as card maker. Well, what is this strange card maker occupation? Lu Ming fell into deep thought. This card making technology is the same method as writing programs. Lu Ming had a card that can encapsulate the world. What I mean to say is that our main character has the ability by using cards to store energy. This is basically energy cultivation. Number 9 on our list is the time of rebirth. At first, I thought this is going to be a cliche start, but who would have thought that there would be so many plot twists? Lin Yu, who was cycling very fast to the exam hall because obviously he was late for his exam. But who would have thought that Truck Kun would strike once again and he would die? Later, when he opens his eyes, he realizes that he is in a different world. But as you have read in other novels or manhwas where our main character would get a system, but here he didn't get a system. The place where he was reincarnated was known as Hongmeng continent. It is a world that was filled with cultivation, and you know that the cultivation world is filled with scum, where the strong bully the weak. Our main character went to join a sect, but he was kicked out because he was too weak. After that, he was killed. But when he wakes up, he realizes that he has woken up on the same day when he had crossed to this new world. This same thing repeats again and again. Each time he dies, he reincarnates into the same day when he had crossed over to this world until 100,000 years have passed. That was the day when our main character escapes this endless loop of reincarnation. But this time, our main character was not weak. Can you imagine someone who has lived for more than 100,000 years, but technically he was still a teenager? But he had learned a lot of things. He had become too overpowered. The art of this manhwa is too beautiful, so I think you should give it a try. Number 8 on our list is The Hunter. This is one of the most popular Chinese manhwas, and I think most of you might have already read this. Chen Beiming was once a young and talented hunter of the Heavenly Alliance until he got betrayed and murdered by the Five Lords. He gets resurrected into the past while having his memory intact, and he swears that he will get his revenge on all those who betrayed him. With the help of his battle spirit, he once again ascends and becomes the most powerful existence in the world. In his previous life, he couldn't save his family, which was only his sister, but this time he will save her. You will enjoy more and more as you start reading this manhwa. There are more than 250 chapters. The art is decent and the story is also good. So I think you should try this one. Number 7 on our list is Devil Down Under. You know a good news? That is, this manhwa has once again started updating. It has been a year since it last stopped updating. But now, once again, we have more chapters. So let's thank the translators for their hard work. I am Beelzebub, the king of the devils that stands tall over all the others. But after being betrayed by my subordinate and killed, I was reincarnated. I was definitely supposed to be born as a devil because you know, in this world, devils who are killed are again reincarnated as a devil, which means technically they could not be killed. But what is this? Our main character, the demon lord, was not reborn as a devil. Instead, he was reborn as a human in the realm called Earth. Now that is certainly interesting. You might be thinking that our main character would be too overpowered, isn't it? But that is not the case. He is very weak. The art is just average, but the story is very funny. Number 6 on our list is I Am Just an Immortal. Well, let me tell you, this manhwa is full of cliché. In this era where people are reincarnated, but our main character Lin Fei is on a whole other level. He is an immortal. He has lived for hundreds of millions of years. He is so strong that no one can even put a scratch on him. I have read many manhwas in which I have seen strong and overpowered main character being emotional fools as well as showing pity on enemies. But Lin Fei, our main character of this manhwa, is not like that. He is basically not a pushover. On number 5, we have Your Talent is Mine. This is a masterpiece manhwa that is being translated by Asura Scans. The art of this manhwa is awesome. Well, a lot of you guys have been commenting on my videos asking about a manhwa where the main character has the abilities to copy talents. So here we have it. The young man, Yi Tian, obtains the ability to copy the talents of others and now fights against the heavens to change his fate. He struggles to survive and protect his sister from the apocalypse of the alien beast invasion. In order to become stronger, he begins to explore the unknown world and gradually reveals the secret behind the invasion of the alien dimensions. I think you will enjoy this manhwa a lot. Most of you guys love to read a manhwa which has more than 50 chapters, so you can bookmark this manhwa and wait a few months till it gets more chapters. Number 4 on our list is Second Life of a Gangster. You know, not only me but many of my viewers like school life action manhwas. But what if I tell you that there is a manhwa where we have school life, action as well as reincarnation, our favorite 3 genre in one manhwa? You know what we are going to call it? We are going to call it Second Life of a Gangster. Age 41, Oh Jeong-seok, a man who did all kinds of misdeeds and put his life on the line for the organization to gain the highest position. But who knew the end of his life would be so miserable? Jeong-seok's virtuous living project starts now, one to live a good life. He gets reincarnated back to the days when he was still at high school. You know, I love the concept of this manhwa. But you know, there is one thing that I hate. I don't know about the other readers, but personally, I don't like the personality of our main character. Sometimes I think that is he really the main character? Because every time he just shouts and shouts. I have read many chapters of this manhwa, but still I didn't see character development. It would be much better if there is some character development because ultimately it will make this manhwa a masterpiece. Number 3 on our list is Again My Life. Once again we have school life, action as well as reincarnation manhwa. Although it is not much of a school type manhwa, but still it is very good. But there is one difference between this manhwa and Second Life of a Gangster, and that is the main character. Here the main character is very intelligent and likable. A hot-blooded prosecutor, Kim Hee-woo, was murdered and sunk into the ocean while chasing the tyrant who controlled Korea. But Kim Hee-woo meets a Grim Reaper who gives him a chance to relive and sends him back to when he was just 18 years old. As a high schooler, Kim Hee-woo prepares to punish the tyrant Jo Tae-sup. He believes, to get the devil, I have to become one. It's an old manhwa as there are more than 130 chapters. You are definitely going to love our main character playing his tricks and schemes. Number 2 on our list is Path of Shaman. It is one of my most loved manhwas. But who would have thought that they would suddenly drop this manhwa? I was very sad as days went by and months went by, but still we didn't get any update. But in September, finally we got the next chapter, and now the chapters are continuously being updated. If the Grim Reaper calls your name 3 times, you will be taken to the underworld. Heikyon Mugang, Heikyon Mugang. And the third time when the Grim Reaper was going to call it, our main character, Heikyon Mugang, the world's strongest martial artist, swallowed the herb of immortality and to his surprise got reincarnated in the body of a shaman. But his ambition is still the same, that is, to once again reign on this martial arts world. The art is too good, and the story is also very interesting, and our main character is just too ruthless, selfish, and intelligent. On number 1, we have Memorize. I guess most of you might have already read this one. A man who had lost everything, an almighty power, the zero code that was held within his hand. Player Kim Soo Hyun. Do you truly wish to revert the time of Hall Plain? Yes, I want to go back 10 years to the period when I first came here. This is the story of how our main character travels into the past. I cannot truly call it a reincarnated manhwa, but you can say that the main character once again relives his life. The reason why I ranked this manhwa number 1 is not just because of art, but also because of the story and how intelligent and likable our main character is. I hope you liked our video. Make sure to subscribe our channel. I'll meet in the next video. Have a very beautiful day.